Are you a busy mother or father? Since having kids, do you really struggle with time to prepare meals that you want to eat? Are you struggling to find enough time to exercise? Have you generally just got this feeling that you don't know how you're ever going to get back to that old weight now you've got kids? By the end of this video, you'll really understand that the way you feel is so much more powerful than what you actually eat. And once you bring the law of attraction into weight loss, the whole thing becomes way easier, far more achievable, and you can do it even if you've got a busy household full of kids. Hey, I'm Jenny Del Reeve, and for the best law of attraction, parenting, and weight loss advice, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every Thursday. I'm a life coach, a health coach, and a law of attraction mentor, and I've been helping hundreds of people over the last 15 years achieve their weight loss goals using the law of attraction. I've even written a book about it, and I've used it in my own life. And now it's your turn. So I've said it before in other videos, and I'll say it again, that we really are 99.999% energy. And this physical body of ours is just a small part of it. And how we feel really dictates our physical body. So that means how we feel about the food we eat, but also how we feel about ourselves. And I'm living proof of this because for 10 years, I ate literally like a monk. We're talking, counting macros, 0 gluten, 0 dairy, 0 sugar, exercising all the time, and I still couldn't get the body shape that I wanted. And it's so interesting to me now at 45 that I have the body shape that I want after 2 kids. So I had kids later in life at 39 and 42, and I now eat way more foods that I never ever ate before, such as chocolate, fish and chips if I want them now and again, even McDonald's now and again if I want them. Yet because I've done the inner work on my emotions and how I feel both about myself and food, everything is much, much easier, and it becomes a much more achievable thing to lose weight. So guys, I'm going to jump right in today with a practical tool, and I'm going to show you how to slowly drop resistance. That means release negative thoughts about yourself and your weight. Okay, so coming up on the screen now, you're going to see the emotional scale, which is 22 emotions calibrated from the most negative emotion up to the most positive emotion. So the first thing you have to do is decide where you are in the moment. So how are you feeling about the food you're eating, for example? Or how are you feeling about your body right in this moment? So here's an example, so keep looking at the screen. So let's say a person feels powerless about their weight. So at the bottom, you just make a statement. I feel completely powerless about my weight right now. Okay, guilt. I feel guilty about the foods I'm eating. I feel guilty that I can't stick to my diet. I'm jealous of all those people in the world who just seem to do it so easily and lose weight no matter what they eat. I hate myself right now and I hate the way they look. Revenge. I don't want anyone in the world to look good. I want everyone to struggle with their weight loss. And guys, really own these emotions. Most people don't like to make a statement at the emotion of revenge because we're taught that it's not nice. But to move up this scale and drop resistance, you really need to make a statement at every single level on this emotional scale. Anger. I'm so angry that I'm still this weight. Or maybe you're angry at someone else. I'm discouraged by how long it's taking. I blame my parents for giving me these negative beliefs around myself. I'm so worried that I'm never going to get over this or get to my goal weight. I'm doubting myself in this process right now. I'm so disappointed I'm still here after X number of years. I'm totally overwhelmed by the whole diet industry, all the different diets out there, everything. I'm really, really impatient to look the way I want to look again. I feel so pessimistic that will it ever happen, and it's taking so long. And now we get to the really nice tipping point, the level of boredom. I'm so done with this. I've been thinking about my weight all my life. I'm so sick of the whole topic of weight loss. You can tell I've done this scale a few times, right? Because by the way, my challenges with dieting and weight loss and all of this kind of stuff started at 15 years old, and I'm 45 now. So it's been a long old journey. So if you're struggling, I really get it. Okay, so now we've got to get a contented thought. Now here's the trick. You might at this moment not be able to get a contenting thought about your body. And if you can't go off topic about anything, because you have to make it to the top of this scale, okay? So you might say, I'm contented with my kids and my family life. or I'm contented with my dog or the weather right now. Find anything you can to make that statement. I'm really hopeful that this new information on the law of attraction might be the answer I've been looking for. Maybe I can lose weight this way because I've never done it this way before. I'm optimistic about this new process. I know there's something in this because I can feel it and it's different. I'm really eager to move forward in this process and try something new. I'm passionate about feeling good. I'm passionate about my well-being. I'm passionate about looking the way I want to look. I feel so empowered with this new knowledge, and I know it's going to bring me freedom. Okay, so you find out where you are on the scale, and you make yourself get to the top of the scale any way you can, and you're just making statements, okay? I know it seems a ridiculously simple process, but I promise you, within 30 days, you will already notice that you're feeling completely different about your weight and your body. It's a really incredible process thanks to Esther Hicks. So please comment below, let me know what you think of this process. Do you have any questions? Feel free to put them all in the comments section below. So if you regularly do this scale, I promise you will start to change your thoughts and beliefs about yourself and your body, and with a little bit of time, I promise you your body will change. Now, you've got kids, so you're busy, so you're probably thinking, well, how on earth am I going to find time to do this? And guys, I do this around my kids. They might be having their breakfast and I'll be doing a little scale next to them. Or they might be playing, with their toys, and I'll have my notepad and do the scale. Get really flexible. Have notepads everywhere. And you don't need to find this perfect moment in the day where you can sit down in silence on your own and do it. That makes it too hard, because you're going to be receiving tons and tons of processes from me, which you can blend together and choose to do at different times of the day. So my advice is really make it flexible and do it around your kids. Pretty soon they'll ask you, hey, what are you doing? What is that? And then you're setting them up for life too. So this is usually the point where people say, well, if I change my thoughts and my beliefs, can I actually eat anything I want? And the answer is yes, over time. But most of us do have long-term beliefs that things like carbs and chocolate and junk food will make us fat, and things like greens and salads and fish and meat, etc. are really good for us. So it does make sense to stick to the foods that we believe will help us to lose weight 70-80% of the time. But by using this process, you can really bring lots and lots of freedom into your diet. Get rid of tons of guilt when you're eating out in restaurants. Get rid of this idea in front of your kids that there are good foods and bad foods, because we don't want them to have those beliefs either. And you really, really can create the body you want this way whilst feeling good at the same time without it being a struggle. So most of the time you are making a journey from insecurity on the emotional scale up to a feeling of contentment, let's say 80% of the time. Then the weight loss will start to occur. That's the real journey we're making. Now, can we use diet and exercise? Of course. All these things help us to get towards that goal and achieve that goal, but the real work is done with our emotions and our vibration. And if you know that, you'll start to keep score less weighing yourself all the time, less beating yourself up if the kilos and the pounds aren't changing so quickly, knowing that you are doing that inner work on a daily basis, and it will eventually work. It just sometimes takes a little bit of time. So as Esther Hicks says, be content feeling good for a while and the weight loss will follow. I've written a super easy to follow ebook with all of the processes that I use with my one-to-one clients to help them to lose weight, and everything that I did to help myself create the body that I wanted. And it's a really fun guide to follow along with lots of my videos here. So click the link below if you'd like to buy my easy to follow ebook, and check out the next series of videos on the law of attraction and weight loss with tons of handy hints on how to make it far easier to achieve that body you've always been wanting. So if you like this video and you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe, hit the like button and share it with your friends.